horn players, before we can go on to page 7, there's one more note that you need to know. So far you've learned C, D, E, F, and G. Now our next note is A, because the musical alphabet goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and it just keeps repeating. So once you get up to G, which is the second line, you're going to go one note past it to that space. Remember, space and face. So you have F, and then A is that next space. A is going to be 1 and 2. So when I say 1 and 2, I mean your first and second fingers together. So my first 2 fingers are going to press down on those keys. So make sure that those first 2 fingers are pushing down valves, not your third finger. Also, sometimes students will see the number 2 and they'll think that that means they're pressing down 2 fingers. Think of your fingers as being labeled 1, 2, and 3. So 1, 2, 3. So if you have 2 numbers, 1 and 2, I'm going to press down these 2 fingers, okay? So let's try number 1, that's A. It's a little bit higher than what we've been playing so far. So think about keeping your corners nice and firm. I'm going to show you, I'm going to turn this real quick so we can see. I want you to make your lips like you're buzzing like this. Okay, you see how my lips are a little bit closer together as opposed to the low notes? So let's try it once more, a little higher. All right, now we're gonna try that with A. Here we go. So A is 1 and 2. Here's what it's gonna sound like. Match me. Now remember, whole notes get 4 beats, whole rests get 4 beats. 1, 2, ready, A. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, rest, rest. Now you'll notice my second note, I had a little bit of a blip in there. That sometimes happens with horn playing, and that's okay. Just keep going and see if you can get your pitch to match as quickly as possible. All right, so now that we know C, D, E, F, G, and A, we're gonna scoot over to page 7, and we're going to do number 8. So number 8 is breath of fresh air. So you're going to notice this little symbol right here. You can also find that on your page right up here. It's called a breath mark, and all that means is you're going to take a breath when you see that. You're not going to add any extra time to your whole notes or to your measures. You just take a quick breath between the notes. So you're going to play for 4 beats, take a quick breath, and then play right again for 4. Then after that, you're going to rest for 4 beats. What do you notice is different between number 8 in that style versus what we saw over here on number 1? Think about where the notes are placed. What's different between numbers 1 and number 8? If you think that it's because the A is followed immediately by another note and not a rest, that's exactly what I was thinking. So pay attention that there's no rest right after the first note that you play, all right? So we're going to play 2 groups of A's, then we have G, and finally we have F. Here we go, here's an A. Play that with me. All right, here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, 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 rest. Good, so notice how I took a breath here and here and here, but I didn't put any extra time in there. I didn't make my notes longer, the measures longer. It just sort of sneaks in there. Okay, let's try number 9. Here we go. Our first note is A. Let's put that together. Here we go. This time the notes are going to change, so make sure that you're paying attention to what those notes are. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you heard that I went right from this note into this note without breathing, you would be correct. As you get a little bit more advanced in your playing, you're not going to breathe after every measure, and that's okay. That's actually what we're looking for. So sometimes I forget, even though it says a breath mark there, I forget to breathe. You should make sure that when you see breath marks, you want to take advantage of those and make sure that you're breathing. So the last one we are going to do of these with the breath marks is we are going to be doing number 10. So again, the notes are changing each time. Just to give you a little bit of a break, we're going to go through those notes. So the first note is G, then A, good, then we've got a rest. Then we see A again, then G, and then we've got another A, good, A is a popular one here. And then the last note is F. So remember, A is 1 and 2, G is nothing, and F is just one finger down. Here's G. See if you can match me. Now breathe between every note. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Those are breath marks. All right, the next video is going to be talking a little bit about half notes. Happy practicing.